Good morning, friends. Today I am going to discuss paper 3.2 soft skills for business for third semester BBA, Bangalore University, unit number 1, elements of communication, session 5, non-verbal communication. In non-verbal communication, I will be discussing on the second type of non-verbal communication, proxemics. But before going to that, let us have the recap of what we have discussed in the last class. In the last class, we had discussed about the meaning of non-verbal communication, the communication without the use of spoken or written manner, and the different types of non-verbal communication like kinesics, proxemics, chronemics, paralanguage, or physical context, haptics, artifactics, and then we started with the first one, that is kinesics. We discussed about the meaning of kinesics in a very simple manner, body language. Then we had a discussion on types of kinesics, that is facial expressions and eyes with relative examples, gestures with relative examples, postures with relative examples. Then we were discussing about the question and answers and clarification of doubts. Now let us discuss the second important non-verbal communication, that is proxemics. Edward T. Hall coined the term proxemics for the portable air bubble that he carries around with him. Proxemics, in other words, is the study of how we use space around to communicate the message. It is one of the important non-verbal communication because whether we are in workplace, whether we are in a place where we are given the opportunity to communicate with the audience, we should have the mannerism of etiquette of using the space properly. We may have discussion in the family, we may have discussion with our colleagues, we may have discussion with the person who are above our rank, who are above our cadre, or who are below our cadre or rank. They may be younger or elder to us. We may be discussing with a single individual or group of individuals, or we may be addressing a gathering, or we are invited as a guest and we are giving a lecture, or we are making use of electronic gadgets for PowerPoint presentation and we are walking around for presentation. We may be giving a motivational talk, or we may be given a opportunity to speak on some particular topic. For all these occasions, space is limited. Maybe in workplace or maybe in other places, the space is limited and we should make use of the space properly. How we move around, and how we modulate the voice whenever we move around, with the moving around of ourselves to the modulation of our voice, there is a close relationship. There should neither be a too long distance between the audience and the speaker, nor there should be very close and intimate relation or very close space between the communicator and the communicatee. It is the personal space language, how we make personally ourselves fit in a particular place to reach to the audience in a proper manner. Take the example of a small example. So many chairs have been scientifically arranged where audience are sitting in a particular program. One speaker is invited to give a special talk. The very basic duty of the speaker is to stand in a place where mic is fixed, or depending upon the nature of the talk, he may make a movement of physical body movement. It doesn't mean that a particular person is entering into the audience, standing very close to someone and speaking, looking into him or her. It is not appropriate. Nobody will accept this type of communication. These are the rare situations where people do so. In cinema reality shows or some competitions, the anchor will be moving around with the audience to know their opinion or to make them enjoy the situation. In such cases, this may happen. But in corporate world, this is not the case. Or when we are dealing with our colleagues, this is not the case. The space that we make use ourselves matters. We can neither be too close or we can neither be too away from the audience. As I told you earlier, in this context, voice modulation matters. Now, when we say that man has his own portable air bubble, so wherever they walk around, wherever they move around, how they are making use of this space matters. As I told you in the last class that body movement from one place to another place while speaking frequently is not appropriate form of communication. Body movement, physical movement should not move frequently because the listener may lose the concentration. Looking left, right, the concentration may be distracted. That is why when we are standing in front of a dais, when we are standing without dais, when we are standing in front of full length mic, or when we are given the headphone mic, or when we are given the collar mic, all these gadgets and all these arrangements for expressing our body language, for expressing ourself matters. Proxemics is one of the important personal space language, how we make use of the space. Now, let us discuss what are the types of proxemics available. Very first type, let me tell you, before going to this, proxemics and their existence depends upon the type of relationship one has with the other. If the relationship is very formal, the proxemics will be like that. If the relationship is not so formal, then the proxemics or space or the distance between the parties will be like that only. Depending upon the relationship they have, depending upon the type of contacts they have, or depending upon the way they need to express something, to solve some problem, to do some case study, or to make some presentation. So all this matters when we are discussing the proxemics. There are basically 4 types of proxemics. That means how we make use of ourselves in the available space area, in the available area. There are 4 methods. First one is intimate physical contact. Intimate physical contact is always with the very close friends, family members and selected persons. How we make use of the available space? We will not run away from our family, we will not run away from our close friends, we will not run away from our selected persons or our selected friends. When there is a communication between these close people, the distance between the communicator and the communicatee will be very close. There are some standards that even though we are close, even though family members are close friends or selected people, the standard fixed for the distance to be maintained at the time of communication between these parties is 1.5 feet. Minimum there should be 1.5 feet distance. Why? It is not too long. Why it is not too away? Because they are close friends and family members. The second one is personal proxemics. It happens with the people with same age group or the people who are working in the same place, colleagues. Personal proxemics arises among the peers, arises among the colleagues. Though we are the colleagues, though the people are colleagues, though they are the people with the same age group, there is some standard for conversation between these two, communicator and communicatee, as far as distance to be maintained is concerned. It is again 1.5 feet to 4 feet. See here, similar age group, same age group are colleagues working in the same place, in the same department. Minimum 4 feet distance should be there. Need not be too close or need not be too away. That is why when we visit any office, when we visit any corporate offices or any offices for that matter, though people are more in a particular workplace, their chairs and tables and their ergonomics is arranged in such a way that all are little away from them. Why so? It's a privacy, matter of privacy. It is not that much away, just 1.5 feet to 4 feet. It is the standard fixed. But the peers and colleagues can become very close friends. Sometimes they become very close. For example, at the time of any programs, at the time of having get-togethers, or at the time of having breakfast, lunch together in the office, this standard cannot be maintained because the nature of work itself is like that. Then we have the third type of proxemics, that is social proxemics or social contact. Social contact, as you can see on the screen, arises in the formal manner or it arises due to the official relationship. It may be very formal and very official. Therefore, the distance to be maintained between the communicator and communicatee could be from 4 to 12 feet. Like if the CEO is addressing the board of directors or managers or the workers, here he cannot be very close to the people who are in lower cadre of hierarchy to him or her. So he or she maintains distance between them and their fellow colleagues or subordinates. Here the use of space again depends upon the available area, how a person move around, walk around, or do the PowerPoint presentation or make use of electronic gadgets to explain whatever is intended to explain, to discuss whatever is intended to discuss, to solve a particular problem through discussion or brainstorming. All these things are official in nature, which are during working hours or which can be taken place between the people of different cadres or hierarchy. The fourth type of proxemics is public proxemics. Here the person should make proper use of space around him or her and should keep proper distance between him and the audience or her and the audience, because if he or she is far away from the audience who are sitting in the last benches may not be able to listen properly, or they may have the problem of listening, distraction of listening. He or she cannot be very close to the audience because it is not appropriate, as I told you earlier. It gives wrong impression. It's a bad mannerism of public speech. Basically, there is a standard fixed for this, 12 feet to the range of eyesight and hearing. There should be a minimum distance between the audience and the speaker, that is 12 feet to the distance of, to the range of eyesight and hearing. So here when we are making use of space around us, we should keep in mind that with whom we are speaking and for what we are speaking, whether we are communicating with our family members, whether we are communicating with our close friends and selected persons, or we are communicating with colleagues, we are communicating with the formal hierarchy in the organization, or we are communicating in public or with the audience through public speeches. We need to know the areas where we are speaking, so that we need to maintain distance in these areas as per the standards. If we follow the standards, the communication will be effective, the listeners will be attentive, and the feedback will be objective oriented. Otherwise, the audience may not be attentive. They may be pretending as if they are listening, and the objective of getting the feedback properly may not be satisfied. Therefore, moving around in the available space or making use of the available space properly matters. Otherwise, the communication that one want to communicate with the opposite person may not reach properly. See, in intimate physical contact, when you are very close, 1.5 feet close to family member and friends, one can whisper and murmur in the eyes, in the ears of the another, if there are some important issues, or if there are some things that cannot be disclosed in front of everyone, one can whisper in the ears of the other. One can murmur in the ear of other. See, when you are there with the colleagues, you can do the same thing, but due to the formal relationship, one needs to maintain the distance. It is always good. And when you are speaking with the more audience in public programs, one should keep the distance of minimum 12 feet with the audience. Should not be too close. Otherwise, if somebody goes very close to the audience in public speech, will get distracted. The speaker himself or herself will get distracted. They will not be in a position to explain or speak properly. Therefore, all these things matters when we are following non-verbal tips or non-verbal communication, and proxemics forms one of the important part of non-verbal communication next to kinesics. So, dear students, today we had a discussion on proxemics. We were discussing the meaning of proxemics. We discussed about the different types of proxemics available. We had a discussion on different types of proxemics available, like personal space, physical contact, social space and public space, and how they guide us and how they help us to read, understand and react properly to other person. Usually, proxemics helps us to read accurately and create transparency and trust in relationship by sending signals, matching with words, and responding to non-verbal cues as well as voice modulations, as I told you earlier. Therefore, the study of proxemics and following the proxemics not only guide us but also help others and listeners to read properly, to understand properly, and to react properly. In the world of business, proxemics plays a very important role in conducting meetings, in organizing meetings, and in coming to proper conclusions by using proper proxemics. So, dear students, we have studied today about proxemics. In the next class, we will be discussing more on other types of non-verbal communication. Till then, I will be sending you some of the multiple choice and descriptive questions. Go through them, try to solve them. If you get any doubt, please feel free to contact me, call me. Till then, I am signing off for today. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.